Hi student, I'm back again with a new topic. Today what we are going to do is electrochemistry, a very important topic and with some beautiful questions which are more likely to be asked in your competitive exam. We are going to solve that, okay? So let's begin with electrochemistry. Okay student, have a look at this question. It says at 298 Kelvin, the molar conductivities at infinite dilution, that means excess of dilution, of ammonium chloride, KOH, potassium hydroxide and potassium chlorides are respectively. Then they have given you the maximum conduction at infinite dilution for ammonium hydroxide is, and secondly you want percentage dissociation. So there are two parts in this question. So how will you solve this? Very simple. First and foremost, this is based on Colroch law. We want to find out the maximum conduction at infinite dilution for ammonium hydroxide. So we want it for ammonium hydroxide. Now look at the data given to you. Ammonium ion is present here and in KOH, OH ion is present. So ammonium is here, OH is here. So what you have to do is add the value of these two and subtract KCl. So what you need to do is you will add the maximum value for ammonium chloride along with KOH and you will subtract the value of KCl. So you have 152.8 plus KOH is 272.6 and you will subtract 149.8. Now after subtraction you get 275.6 Siemens centimeter square per mole for your dilution, excess dilution for ammonium hydroxide. So that's your first answer. Second, they wanted percentage dissociation. So we know that alpha, that is degree of dissociation, is molar conduction upon conduction at zero concentration. In short, dilution, excess of dilution. So this is given to you as 25.15 divided by 275.6. So it comes to round about 0.01. But we wanted percentage alpha. So alpha in 200, which is 0.091 into 100. So it gives you 9.1. Okay, so your answers are 9.1 and 275.6. Now look at the option. Where do you find these two? Option B is the correct answer. Okay, we go for the next question now. Which one of the following solution will have the highest conductivity? Now if you see your options very carefully, you realize this is weak electrolyte and these three are strong electrolyte. Concentration is same. Now we know that better conductor among them will be strong electrolyte, but among these three, HCl, when it dissociates, it gives you H plus and Cl minus. Now this H plus is smaller in size. Now being smaller in size, conduction will be very high. So conductivity also will be greater. So out of these three, the best one will be HCl. Okay student, have a look at this question now. A very simple question. It says ionization depends on, is it pressure, volume or dilution? Basically, ionization depends on concentration, temperature, nature of solute and nature of solvent. Now, according to Ostwald law, the degree of dissociation is directly proportional to square root of its dilution and inversely proportional to square root of its concentration. So, therefore, when you do more dilution, more ions form, more ionization. So, dilution will definitely increase the ionization process. So, your answer among the following will be C. C is the correct option for this question. Okay, let's go for the next. Electrolysis of dilute aqueous NaCl. Remember, solid NaCl is a bad conductor. Electrolysis for sodium chloride can be carried out either in the fused state or aqueous. Was carried out by passing 10 milliampere current. The time required to liberate 0.01 mole of hydrogen gas at the cathode is. Okay, so you want cathodic reaction. So, in this case, the cathodic reaction will be 2H2O plus 2 electron will give you H2 plus 2 OH minus. This will be the cathodic reaction. Now, what is the ratio of hydrogen and the mole of electron? It is 2 moles of electron corresponds to 1 mole of hydrogen gas. Now, they are asking you 0.01 mole of hydrogen gas. So, in that case, they are asking for time. So, we all know 1 mole corresponds to this. So, 0.01 mole of hydrogen will corresponds to 0.02 moles of electrons. 2 moles of electrons. Now they want time. So we know that charge is equal to I into T, where I is current. Now charge is 0.02 moles of electron multiplied by 96500, and I is given as 10, which you will convert into ampere. So it will be 10 raised to minus 3 into T. So therefore time will be, just need to solve this and you get your answer as 19.3 into 10 raised to 4 seconds. So your answer for this question is option B is the correct answer. Okay student, look at this question now. It says, in acidic medium, MnO4 minus 1 ion is converted into Mn2 plus. The quantity of electricity in Faraday required to reduce 0.5 moles. Now this can orally be worked out, such a simple it is. How? So if you look at the solution part, you realize in acidic medium, MnO4 minus 1, Mn oxidation state is +7, and from +7 it changes to +2. So there is a difference of 5 electrons, 5 moles of electrons. 5 moles of electron corresponds to 5 moles of electron corresponds to 5 Faraday. 5 moles of electron is nothing else but 5 Faraday. Now 1 mole of MnO4 minus 1 ion requires 5 Faraday. 5 Faraday. So they are asking you 0.5 moles. 5 moles of MnO4 minus will requires X. So therefore X will be 5 into 0.5, that is 2.5 Faraday. So your answer for this question is 2.5 Faraday. Answer is A, which is the correct answer. Okay, we go for the next question now. Given below are the half cell reaction, Mn2 plus turning into Mn. So from +2 it has become 0. That means this value given is a reduction value. It's a reduction value given to you. Now look at this. From +3 to +2 the charge has decreased. So again this is reduction value given to you. And what they are asking for? They are asking you E naught for this equation. I want 3Mn plus 2, giving you 2Mn3 plus. So what you need to do is, for this, the first equation you keep it as it is. First equation you keep it as it is. So it will be Mn2 plus 2 electrons giving you Mn, and this value is the reduction value. Reduction value is minus 1.18 electron volt. But now since I want 3Mn2 plus, you reverse this reaction by multiplying by 2, so it will become 2Mn2 plus giving you 2Mn3 plus 2 electrons. This will now become oxidation value and the sign will change, so it will become minus 1.51 electron volt. Now for the net equation which you will get here is 3Mn3 plus giving you Mn plus 2Mn3 plus. Electron gets cancelled. So you wanted the E naught for the net equation. So E naught for the net equation will be E naught of oxidation plus E naught of reduction values. Now what is E naught of oxidation? Minus 1.51 electron volt plus into minus 1.18 electron volt. So now the answer which you get here is minus 2.69 volt, electron volt. Okay, so this all options should be electron volt. So you get 2.69 electron volt. Now, what is your observation? The value of E naught is coming as negative. If the value of E naught is negative, that means it is non-spontaneous reaction. Non-spontaneous. So in that case, the reaction will not occur. Reaction will not occur. So the option for you is A, which is the correct option. Okay student, have a look at this question now. A very interesting question. E1, E2, E3 are the EMF of the following three galvanic cells respectively. Which one of the following is true? So you want to know that. Now, we know according to Nernst equation, E is equal to E of the cell is equal to E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 upon N log to the base 10 oxidized product upon reduced concentration of oxidized product upon concentration of reduced product. Now, if I take the first option, in this case, if I take out E of the cell for the first one, it will be E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 upon number of electron is 2 log to the base 10 oxidized will be zinc ion, so I am going to take 0.1 upon reduced copper ion 1. So the answer for this will be E naught of the cell, and this will become plus 0.0591 upon 2 will be the answer for the first one. Now if I take the second one, E of the cell will be equal to E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 upon again 2 log to the base 10. Now oxidized will be zinc ion 1 and copper reduced is 1. So log of 1 is 0. So whole thing it will be 0. So E of the cell will be equal to E naught of the cell. This is nothing else but after solving that is equal to E naught of the cell. In the third case, E of the cell will be equal to E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 upon 2 log to the base 10 upon zinc ion concentration, that is 1 upon 0.1. This will become, now I can take it here, so it will become 10 raised to minus 1 will go on the top, it will become 10, log of 10 1. So your answer for this will be E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 upon 2. Now look at all these values. What is your observation? This is E1, this is E2, this is E3. So tell me, looking at E1, E2, E3, which is greater? Therefore, E1, the first one is greater than the second, and second one is greater than the third. So your answer for this question is E1 greater than E2 greater than E3. So answer for this will be B. B is the correct answer for this question. Okay, chalo, let's go for the next one now. The standard reduction value of A, B, C are given to you. The order of their reducing power. Now, what is the meaning of the word reduction value? Is the tendency to accept electron. So the one who has a positive value, they are better acceptor of electrons, who can easily accept electron. So they are oxidizing agent, having oxidizing property. The one which negative value, more negative value of reduction, means they don't have a tendency to accept electron, they have a tendency to donate electron, and those who donate electrons are powerful reducing agent. So now looking at the value, A is given as plus 0.68 volt, whereas B it is minus 2.54 volt, whereas C is minus 0.50 volt. So they are asking for reducing power. So maximum reducing power will be shown by B, which has a very high negative value, followed by C, and the last one will be A. So your answer for this question will be B greater than C greater than A, and your answer for this is D. D is the correct option. Okay student, have a look at this question now. They are asking you EMF of hydrogen electrode in terms of pH at 1 atmospheric pressure is. Now the reduction reaction for hydrogen is 2H plus aqueous with 2 electrons, it forms hydrogen gas. Now according to Nernst, E of hydrogen will be equal to E naught of hydrogen plus 0.0591 upon N. N you will take it as 2 electrons. So N value you can take it as 2 electron log to the base 10 1 upon hydrogen ion concentration raised to square. Now this can be written as E naught for hydrogen is taken as 0. This will be minus 0.0591 upon 2 log to the base 10 H plus into square. So this 2 and 2 later on will get cancelled. So it will be minus 0.0591 upon 2 into log to the base 10 of H plus square. So this can be written as E of H2 will be 0.0591 into pH. Okay, so that's your answer for this question. So your option is D, which is the correct option. Okay student, have a look at this question now. During charging of lead storage battery, which is called lead accumulator, the reaction occurring at anode is. Okay, now during charging, the reaction which takes place at cathode is PbSO4 plus 2 electrons will form Pb plus SO4 2 minus, whereas at anode the reaction which will take place is PbSO4 plus 2H2O giving us 2PbO2 plus 4H plus SO4 2 minus along with 2 electrons. Okay, so the net reaction will be net reaction 2 electron gets cancelled. So we have 2 PbSO4 plus 2H2O giving us Pb plus 2 PbO2 plus 4H plus 2 SO4 2 minus. So they are asking for anodic reaction taking place at anode. So your option C is the correct answer for this question. Okay. So with that, we end this topic of electrochemistry. See you all in the next lecture, again with a new topic, with some more interesting question. Till then, remain happy, be safe and work hard. Okay? Bye.